What's up, gamers? Aaron Shack here with the Gulikit King Kong Pro 2 controller. This is a controller that works with the Nintendo Switch. It's designed to work with the Nintendo Switch, as you can see from some of its choices here in buttons and layout. It also works with PC, iOS, and Android. So really, really dope. It does not work with Xbox or PlayStation, so let's open this up. First off, you've got a USB-C to USB-A charging cable. You've got a nice little case. You've got stickers. You've got promotional stuff, QR codes, and most of all, you have the instructions. You can calibrate the joysticks and the gyroscope, and some of the other mode settings that we're going to get into. I'll explain all that in just a moment. But first, let's take a look here. I'm going to get all this off my desk. Okay. So, plastic case here. Got a little snap right there at the bottom. And there's a plastic hinge there that's obviously going to wear out after so many openings, right? And here we have the black one. They do have one that is all white, but I thought this one will probably last longer. Now, as you can see, we've got the YXBA layout like the Nintendo Switch has. I will note that these buttons are removable, and you can also remap the B and A if you're playing like sort of games that have Japanese layout, you know, and you're used to this being confirmed rather than this one, rather than like A, you know, on your standard Xbox controller. So the weird thing is that they did not include a tool for removing the buttons. If you buy a replacement set of buttons, it comes with the tool to remove it, and basically it's just a little like a tweezer, just, you know, pinch it out. So let's take it out and let's talk about it. Looking at this controller is the lightest controller in my arsenal. Taking a look at it next to this is my Project Scorpio Xbox One X controller. Ends up being pretty heavy standing up next to this, but the design is very similar. Same as the Series S. Also, we look at the PS5 Dual Sense controller. That one is also slightly heavier, just a slight difference there. So once again, this is a really light controller made out of really good parts. Now, the one thing that we might also compare here is that while the Xbox buttons have sort of a convex shape to them, you know, they're rounded on the top, these are flat. Which is not a negative critique, it's just very different. It kind of reminds me of you know, like older Nintendo controllers and stuff that had these sort of flat buttons there. We have a settings button direct in the middle. You've got a mode button right there. You've got the home and screenshot button, the plus and minus, which is, you know, start and select. You've got your bumpers, which feel really good, nice and clicky. You got your triggers, which are very easy and very soft to press. You got your sync button right here, as well as the 4 LED lights that will input whether you're player 1 or player 2, whatever. Then right here, you've got a button which controls what device are you syncing it to, right? Your Nintendo Switch, your Windows PC, or are you doing Android or iOS? Or D right here is for like emulation type stuff. If you're playing like emulation games on your PC, you can specifically trigger that. So I'm going to push that, turn that on, and then you hold the sync button for just a second or two here. And okay, and after a moment here, it's officially synced to my PC. It also worked really well with my Steam Deck. So we're good to go. So it's synced up to the computer, and we'll do a test here in a moment and pull up a game on Steam. I'll go ahead and pull that up while we're at it. So D-pad feels good, control sticks feel good, buttons feel fine. The overall feel is good. You've got sort of a grippy surface here on the back of each of the grips there. You've got sort of a soft feel on the top here. Yeah, it's not like your typical controller. I mean, it's got this soft feel that's like not gonna wear off or anything, right? So very interesting. Now, let's get into the features. Let's talk about that, because this is where this controller shines. It has no stick drift. It promises that there will never be stick drift with this. The joysticks are meant to eliminate that. So the difference here is that they are not made from cheap mechanical parts that will wear, right? Cheap mechanical potentiometers, right? The metal wears out, stick drift ensues, right? Well, this has Hall effect joysticks, and these are patented, and they have permanent magnets inside there. So these things are not, they're not 100% fail proof, but like it's like 99.9999999999999. Okay? Odds are this is always going to maintain a 0 dead zone. So we'll examine that as well further on. So the other thing that we'll note once we get into the game is that because the controller always kind of knows that this point right here is always going to be straight 0, that when you barely tilt the stick up a little bit, your character will start walking or sneaking or whatever you're trying to accomplish. Or you can do fine-tune aiming with the right stick, okay? So I'm going to switch over to our gameplay scene here. And we pulled up Metal Gear Solid 5, the Phantom Pain, okay? And so left trigger here to pull out the pistol. And so with the right stick, I can just very, very slowly fine control movements here, right? The other thing I can do is just barely tilt the stick forward, and I can sneak very, very slowly. So a game to probably better test that and showcase it might be Splinter Cell, Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, because the older games, like the first one, you have very fine movement over your controls there. Also, the home button here kind of pulls up your overlay and whatnot. You can pause, of course, like such. Let's go back over here for a moment. It also includes a 6-axis gyroscope is inside here. So as you would expect from like a Switch Pro controller, you'll be able to tilt the controller to aim and all that stuff. It also supports Amiibo tapping. You just tap them right there. You can do that. Then you've got this button right here. This is the mode button that we talked about earlier. You can program different things. So think of this, it could be considered like a turbo mode where you could set that, and then you could mash the A button like really rapidly, and it can store up to 10 minutes. It can record up to 10 minutes of complex combos, maybe from fighting game inputs, or I don't know, maybe you need to jump a lot or slide or whatever it may be. Or you can also map these two buttons to it, so you could have like rapid trigger pulls mapped to it as well. Just whatever you think you would need there. It's a great and interesting feature. I would definitely like to try it. You can also save those. You can like copy them out of the controller. There's all these fancy things that you can do with that. Now the best part about this is that this is essentially a premium controller coming in at the $70 price point, which is the same cost as, any first-party Nintendo Switch controller. And it's also competitive, with obviously Xbox and PlayStation's first-party controllers as well on their next-gen devices, right? So it comes in very competitive with like really good features. Also got the USB-C charger and carrying case, so I mean you are getting bang for your buck there. 2-hour charge time, 25-hour battery life, which is just insane and incredible. I've tested it out on PC and the Steam Deck. I'll try it out on Nintendo Switch very soon. And I'm not sure what iOS games I have that I could potentially hook up a controller with, but I could access xCloud or something via my phone or iPad, sync up this controller and play some Halo or something. I mean, I could certainly do that. The options are available. And it's very easy to sync. I mean, it's just simply power button right here, hold this down for 2 seconds, and it starts discovering, okay? You can also plug it in to your devices, USB-C to A, so you could have a wired input as well. And if you want to turn it off, you just double tap the button right here that we use to switch platforms, turns off the controller. Quick and easy. You don't have to worry about like holding things down or waiting for it to desync or turn off or whatever it might be. No problems there. So this has been my review of the unboxing and review of the Gulikit King Kong Pro 2. So far, I'm very impressed. The only issue I have is like, man, why doesn't it have Xbox and or PlayStation support? I'd love to try this thing out on some Call of Duty, just to see how it feels, how the triggers feel, and the fact that I won't be wearing out these sticks. So time will tell, honestly, as to whether I come back and say, hey, this product was a really great investment. It was really fun. It's lasted me a long time. Because what I've noticed is that my DualSense that came with my PS5, the charger port's already starting to wear out. Its battery life is like an hour or less at this point. With Xbox, the Xbox Series X controller, the bumpers wore out after I beat Sekiro. And so, you know, playing Elden Rings, you know, lots of games that really use these shoulder buttons a lot. I need durable ones. I need ones that feel good. I'm already got my second DualShock, which is the black one, or DualSense, which is right here. And it's doing quite well. I have another wired Xbox controller that I've been using on the PC. This one's been pretty great, $20 price point. But I've burned through my 2 Xbox Elite Series controllers. Either the bumpers or the sticks wore out on me. I either had stick drift or the bumpers were no longer recognizing stuff. Then I have an Elite Series 2 that is also, the bumpers have also given up on me, and I'm not having stick drift on that one though. And then of course my Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons, I had stick drift, sent them into Nintendo, got them back, and then they were just more of the same. So they didn't really fix it. So I'm excited to use this and potentially finish my playthrough of Metroid Dread. So I'll sync this up to the Switch, and since I'm fairly close to the end, I'll give it a test run on that. So overall, very positive thoughts on this controller. Really excited to use it. It feels great. It looks great. It doesn't weigh much, so maybe it'll be less fatiguing to play on. But yeah, really dope controller, and I really recommend it. I'll have links in the description down below if you'd like to purchase one, and that will be an affiliate link, so I will get a portion of the profits if you do use that link down there. Let me know what you think about this controller. Is it something you'd be interested in? And if you do end up picking one up, let me know in the comments what your experience is. So, once again, thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that. Don't forget, please. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. Do it! Okay, just do it. We'll see you next time. Bye.